Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark and I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2010 Chrysler Grand Voyager LX wagon today. Start at the front of the car. One thing I will highlight, previous owner had a small stone actually hit that headlight, so it did crack the headlight, which we're just waiting on a brand new one to arrive. Overall, the bonnet, the front bumper and everything present in really good order. Finished in what you'd probably call a dark grey metallic, nearly black in colour. Really attractive Juco on the car. As we come around to the driver's side, you do notice fitted with factory alloy wheels, extremely good tyres on the car. More importantly, unscuffed alloys. There isn't a mark on these alloys, so for a car approaching 4 years old, really good order. As is the Juco, as you notice as we scan down the driver's side of the car. You'd usually expect with a black car for scratches and marks to stand out, but actually struggling to find many marks on this car. Even as I come around to the tailgate, presents in similar condition. A little bit of a spider web there. You notice we do have the scuff plate on the rear bumper, and notice the scuff plate's actually fairly unmarked as well. It is fitted with reverse sensors, colour-coded reverse sensors, this car. Also, you do notice it does have the tow pack on it as well, and the Chrysler is going to give you 1.6 tonne towing. Nice chrome distinctive badging through the tailgate as well. As we come down to the passenger side now, the really impressive thing, it presents very similar to the rest of the car. Been really well looked after, this car, so far in its life. Very similar. If we were going to expect any scuff marks on alloys, usually you would always expect them to be on the passenger side, but really pleasing to see that both alloy wheels on the passenger side as well in really good condition. Indicators in the front guards. We do also have roof racks fitted as well, crossbars locked on top there, but the presentation overall of the exterior, once we do pop the new light on, overall really good. So now we'll have a chat about the engine performance, economy. Powered by a 3.8 litre V6 motor. This car's going to do everything you need it to do from a point of view of getting the family around. 142 kilowatts of power, 305 newton metres of torque, so it's certainly got the power there if you need it, but at the same time will give you 12.3 litres combined per 100 k's. So based on a 75 litre tank, expect in excess of 600 kilometres to a tank of fuel. So around at the tailgate now, one important thing to touch on, does have the high mount stoplight in the tailgate as well. Just a simple release on the door and open up into a massive storage area. The car is predominantly a 7-seater, but what we've done prior to filming the video is just illustrated how we can set the car up if we're not utilising all 7 seats. A really simple matter of just locking the seats down away into this storage area at the bottom. So effectively at the moment we've got it set up as, well, you could say technically a 5-seater, but it'd have to be 2 small kids in the third row seats here. This is why they have the stow and go little logos on the outside of the cars, because if you're not using all of the passenger space, we can actually stow all these seats away. So really versatile wagon. You notice just on our left here we've got a number of headphones. Now the headphones are all for the DVD player, which whilst we're still outside the car, also both sliding doors on either side of the car. Got our roof mount DVD player here for the kids. Whack the headphones on them, say, okay kids, let's get a movie on, and then they don't talk. Magnificent. Also important to note, whilst we are filming from the rear of the car, we've got our controls for our air conditioning here, just for the second row passengers to access. And you also notice that we've got our vents all the way back into the third row as well. So you can be assured anybody in the car is actually feeling the benefit of your air conditioning if it's hot weather, or of course heating if it's cold weather. So it just illustrates our versatility of the actual car. So here we are inside the Grand Voyager, and even though it's regarded as the base model, it's a really impressive interior. On our driver's armrest we'll start off. You notice there's a button here. This is for 2 little electric windows right back in the third row. So the driver can actually control those windows. Then all of our normal power window switches as well. We've also got our exterior power mirror window controls. Everything's contained on your driver's armrest there, nice and handy. Just in front of that, we've got our switch for our headlights, and just to the left of that, we've got our switch just to adjust the height that the headlights are pointing. Move to our steering wheel now. You do notice we've got factory cruise control there. The steering wheel is height adjustable. So as you can see, setting myself up where I'm nice and comfy, lock that little lever into position, nice simple operation. Couple of information buttons on our steering wheel, leather wrapped, mind you. Just to feed us all our information about what the car's doing, distance to empty. We are 22 degrees southwest, average fuel consumption, so you've got all that information at your fingertips. On the rear of the steering wheel, which we can't see, are your controls for your audio, so we can actually switch between volume for the stereo or whatever station we're on as well, which we will move into the stereo now. You notice our ignition barrels on our left in this particular car. Lovely wood grain running through the dash. You notice our CD player does have the auxiliary input as well. Notice it does have a phone button, but this car is not equipped with Bluetooth. Good little system. Our little analog clock that is running a little bit fast. We could hope that would mean we finished work early, but that doesn't happen. A little manual button to turn our stability control off if needed. Hazard lights in the centre. Then we move down to our air conditioning. Really important, we touched on it briefly earlier. Dual zone air conditioning. You've got your rear air conditioning as well. We've got the air conditioning running throughout in this car at the moment. You can see, my cameraman's putting me off, so just shut up. You can see that we've got all the fans running at fairly high speed, but you can't really detect the noise of them running. A little storage compartment in there. We've got two 12-volt outlets and another little storage compartment. So a number of different areas for storage. Another one here. Usually we put our remote for our DVD just in this little control here, which we'll just grab out of the glove box and pop him into his little holder. Our transmission, we can drive as a normal auto, or we can also drive it in sports mode. In the Chrysler, we flick it down into the bottom section there, and we can manually change through the gears just by the stick moving side by side rather than the majority of cars that are up and down. So just control your gear changes manually if required. Handbrake is standard to our right hand side, a nice good sized cup holder there as well. You notice in the driver's and passenger seats they do have an internal armrest as well, which can be folded out of the way if you don't need it, or on a long trip they're really handy actually. Just yeah, nice. Just kick back and set your cruise control and away you go. Also important to note, with airbags fitted with front, side and curtain airbags. As we scan around the interior, probably really important to note in this car, the quality of the interior is immaculate. The cloth seats, and I'm talking every position, your front seat, your second row seats, your third row seats, are in absolutely immaculate order. Factory car mats as well, fitted in the car. DVD player, as we touched on earlier. Got a little storage compartment up the front here for a pair of sunnies, or also you can actually just take it back to position here, where you've got that little mirror there. Serves the purpose of you just keeping an eye on the kids. If they're playing up, you just pop that mirror into position and just you just look into it and yell out, "Now, little Johnny, will you shut up? Just behave, children." As we mentioned, all our controls for our aircon. Just overall, the appearance and the way the interior presents, I'm quite gobsmacked. It's in such good order. Originally a Shepparton car, so country Victoria. And the really good thing about this car is the service history. So our service schedule, pretty much every 10,000 Ks from new, all the way up to the current service, which we've just carried out when we got the vehicle into our stock. So impressive. Just the way it's been looked after, the way you see the exterior inside the car, sure to give you plenty more years of reliable motoring the way that it's been maintained thus far. So in summary, really impressive example of a 2010 Chrysler Grand Voyager, 12.3 litres combined per 100 k's, 142 kilowatts, 305 newton metres of torque. Super impressive bus to get the family around. Good economy, great service history, great tyres, plenty of safety. A lot to like about this example. Hope this gives you a really good idea of the quality, and feel free to give us a call with any further questions. 9907 0555.